So we're here at Ada Hayden Heritage Park, where fall has just begun and the landscape is dominated by goldenrods, sunflowers, and asters. Now, Ada Hayden represents the most dramatic step that you can take when it comes to pollinator and wildlife habitat restoration. This involves either taking a remnant piece of land, something that was never developed and never converted into agriculture, and protecting it for conservation, or taking a large area of agricultural production out of production and putting it into conservation land. So that usually involves taking things in the dozens or hundreds of acres and converting it into more or less a wildlife refuge. So one of the benefits that Ada Hayden in its large landscape level has is that it provides a massive diversity in terms of wildlife, pollinators, plants, and even ecosystems, where restored prairie, forest, and wetland has come together to create a large habitat for our various wildlife here. Now, in central Iowa, the majority of our threatened and endangered wildlife species are found in large landscapes like you see here. So in places like Ada Hayden, a large piece of land has been set aside in order to provide a refuge or a buffer for these animals and plants to thrive away from the stressors that come with either urban or agricultural settings. So they have a sort of castle that they can live in where they're not constantly attacked by either people or emissions or pesticides or herbicides or things like that. So some of the other benefits that large landscapes like this have would be things like erosion control, improving water quality, mitigating stress from either flooding or ponding, and recreational activities like fishing, hunting, boating, running, and cycling. Although Ada Hayden Heritage Park is a city-owned venture, private landowners have their own goals that they can get established in terms of pollinator and habitat. So we don't just rely on municipalities like cities, counties, and states. Farmers and landowners can go ahead and improve their own habitat on their large acreages. So there are several programs available. Federally, there's the EQIP program and CRP programs, where landowners and farmers get paid in order to set land aside in order for conservation efforts like habitat and wildlife in order for them to thrive. Other things like stream buffers and saturated buffers can also be funded. And on the state level, we have REAP, which again provides funding for farmers and landowners to take advantage of in order to set aside landscape level habitat and wildlife refuges aside on their own private lands. So Ada Hayden is just one of the many parks and one of the many wildlife refuges that we have here in Story County. But it is the largest in the city of Ames and provides just a multitude of different benefits and practices that can be used to help out our wildlife in need. If you or someone you know is interested in any of today's wildlife conservation examples, or would like to know more about species of need here in central Iowa, please visit our website at prrcd.org. When you identify the scale of conservation right for you, the best starting point is to locate programs and materials available for your project. If your land is located in town, several cities, including the city of Ames, offer rebate programs for native gardening and landscaping. There are often size and retailer requirements in order to qualify, so please refer to information available on your city's website to make sure that you do qualify. For in-field, edge-of-field, and landscape scale projects, cost share information and funding can be provided via several state, county, and federal agencies. Your county's Soil and Water Conservation District is a great place to start to get information on conservation practices available for your property. Additionally, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, or NRCS, and Farm Service Agency have trained staff and professionals that can provide further insight on best practices to get your project approved and installed. Finally, Prairie Rivers of Iowa holds a yearly native seed bank. This free service provides native seeds to interested landowners looking to install habitat on their land. Our staff can help determine which plants are right for your land and give you personalized planting information to make sure that your habitat gets started correctly. The 2020 Seed Bank will start today, following the conclusion of the virtual field day. Due to COVID-19 precautions, if you are interested in native seeds please contact our office through phone or email so we can take appropriate precautions. Thank you.